Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday night. That sounds kind of pompous. Welcome to Wednesday night, as if I had something to do with creating a Wednesday night. Welcome to our Wednesday night sacred pipe ceremony. And if you couldn't tell by the elephant standing behind me, I'm in my office. Let's not talk about the elephant in the room. We are in my office, in my own little, I think of it as my little shaman's glade. Actually, since you're here, let's do a little tour. Like I always show you the river when we're down there. And so let's do a little tour of my office. So this is where we are now. This magical space. My woodland glen. Ganesha watching over us, and Bridget's star on the door, keeping us safe. And my table where I do the readings. This is really cool. Look, the fairy lights underneath my table. I am so happy with that. That is so cool. And then, so this, sorry, I don't mean to make you dizzy. This is the reading room. And this is the healing room. So we've got the green man on one wall. There he is. We got elephant on another wall. And we've got a unicorn opposite the green man coming out of the woods to help heal. I've got my little healing altar with my salmon on it, who helps me with soul retrievals. And then I've got my other altar over here where I have my cup of water, and my stone ancestors where I burn my sage and sweetgrass and Palo Santo, and I've got gift certificates if anybody is interested in gifting somebody a reading or a healing, and my graphic novels. I'm hoping to get, well, not hoping, I'm going to get, and we've got our campfire going. Since we couldn't be really outside, got the campfire going to give us some ambiance. And I'm gonna get another table or chest or something so that I can display my comics, my graphic novels, because recently my guys are telling me that I'm only doing half of my job, and I've been focusing so much on shamanic healing and the readings and classes and everything else that I haven't been spending as much time drawing and making my comics. And that's what I've always wanted to do when I grew up, like literally as long as I remember. I have always wanted to be a cartoonist. And so I'm going to start working on promoting that a little bit more, so stay tuned. And if you're curious about seeing some of my comics, I have a blog called, it's drawing breath -comic.blogspot. Link will be in the description underneath this video, but that's where I post my latest comics, and I've got 10-ish years worth of comics on there that I post all the time. And there's also on my website, perchingwolfstudios.net, there's links where you can, I also have a little storefront on blurb.com where I actually, you can purchase my comics, my graphic novels, and that would be awesome. I enjoy it so much, and I always want to have other people, like, it's not like, oh, look at me and how great I am, but it's like a full circuit. When you're an artist, you create, and you create in order to bring beauty to the world. And so to have other people moved or touched by what you do is like the ultimate reward, and that's the motivation to keep, part of the motivation to keep going. I mean, I've been posting my comics for years and not getting a lot of attention for it, and I'm still doing it because it's that one thing I cannot not do. So anyway, so stay tuned for more information on my comics and seeing what I'm doing with those. I do a lot where I draw in comic form my shamanic adventures, like when I'm doing shamanic journey work and such. I put them into comic form. It's kind of like, it's a journal almost. So anyway, so how is everybody doing? It's been kind of a weird few days. Today was like, just in full honesty and transparency. I was going to say translucency, but that's not the right word. I've been almost in tears all day long, and I am not absolutely sure what's going on. I know that it's old things coming up, and I know there's been a lot of solar flares and different energies shifting and everything like that. And so I don't know exactly what's going on that front, but for me, it's been bringing up a lot of issues around worthiness, you know, self-confidence, self-acceptance, feeling worthy, feeling like you're making a difference, and even worthiness as far as finances go, like actually feeling worthy of making money at what you love. You know, it's crazy because it's like the one thing that almost everybody wants is to be able to do what they love and to make a living at it, which is a win-win. And then I'm coming up with all these different issues of not being worthy. So it's like really old stuff, and I can tell it's really old stuff because all day, hey Jesse, good to see you, Jessica. I've been listening to Tanya Tucker, who I haven't really listened to in probably 20 or even 30 years or something. And I'm finding that listening to Tanya Tucker is the one thing that is soothing the different issues, the different shifts taking place. So I actually named my first pickup truck Tanya, after Tanya Tucker, so it was Tanya Trucker. But what am I missing? So I'm just chatting while I'm getting my altar set up. Thank you everybody for coming. Glad you're here. Anyway, so I even when I got divorced, I had my the date of finalization of my divorce. I had it set for October 10th because that's Tanya Tucker's birthday, and I wanted something else to celebrate other than, yay, I'm free. I mean, that it's good to celebrate being free, but I didn't want it to be like in your face kind of thing. So I just made sure I had something else to celebrate. So I could say, happy birthday, Tanya Tucker. That's almost, and that's coming up. Oh, wow, this is only like 5 days away. Ha! Maybe that's why I'm listening to her, it's almost her birthday. So, anyway, thank you everyone for joining me. Welcome. We're going to do our Wednesday night sacred pipe ceremony, and if you just came in, you notice that we're inside and we're not going to talk about the elephant in the room, but just for those who came in late, we are in my office. There's my beautiful healing space and reading space. I just love it. Like I said, I've been having a rough day. So I came in here, even though I didn't have any clients. I just sat here and I drew my comics and I napped a little bit because it was so healing. So that's where we are, and that's where you're going to be once I create sacred space and include you here. So yeah, so thank you again for joining, and let's see. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drum. I'm going to call in sacred space by calling, connecting with the elements and with the spirits to hold space around us to create number one, it creates a higher vibration bubble all around us that keeps lower vibrational energy away. So it is a protection, but it's like a protection from the inside out rather than like armor trying to. It's more the idea of creating a space within which to do our work. And it also, like I said, setting the intention of setting the space for me and whoever is watching, that encloses you in this same virtual space as I'm in. So, and it doesn't matter if you're watching this live or a year from now, it's just as potent, it's just as vital, and your energy actually makes a difference in this ceremony. So thank you for that. All right. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. Aho. All right. Aho, if for those who might not know, is, I need to research and find out exactly what tribe. I don't remember what tribes technically use that, but it's a statement of so be it, or so it is, or amen. And in Japan, so there's this type of energy healing called jore, and it's related to Reiki, but it's it's an organization. It's not just loose like Reiki is. It's an actual organization with a president and a board and all of that stuff. And the president of it loves Native American ceremony. And so at one of their annual meetings, he invited a medicine man to come and do ceremony for them to open up their conference or whatever. And so this medicine man came and he's drumming and he's doing this beautiful ceremony. And he gets down and he goes, "Aho." And the entire group, audience, whatever, just stopped and stared at each other. And the medicine man was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And it turns out that in Japan, aho means stupid. So another example of how it's intention, not the words, that is important. So I love that story. So I was in a shamanic circle years ago, and we'd meet every month, and I told that story. And so from then on, whenever we were calling in the directions and the space and everything, we instead of saying a ho at the end, we'd say stupid. So life is meant to be interesting and fun, right? All right. I'm still missing stones. Like I told you, I'm not totally with it tonight. Okay. Oh, there they are. Now my altar is complete. So for anyone who has never been to a pipe ceremony before, or haven't been to one of my pipe ceremonies, let me do a quick tutorial, explain what the pipe is and what the ceremony is going to look like, just so you can kind of stay up and attuned to it. So this is a sacred pipe. The original sacred pipe was brought to the Lakota people 19 generations ago by White Buffalo Calf Woman. And she taught the people how to honor the pipe, how to use the pipe in their ceremonies, along with a total of 7 ceremonies around which the pipe was the center. And so what the pipe embodies is the stem as the divine masculine and the bowl as the divine feminine. So when we put it together, it's the combination of all creation, all the masculine, feminine, hard, soft, dark, light, connected, unification. And that is what the pipe, even in Hollywood, they call it the peace pipe. And that's totally what the name isn't necessarily correct, but that is basically what the pipe is about. It's about peace, it's about unification, it's about bringing everyone together, not just the masculine and feminine out there, but the masculine and the feminine within everybody who comes to a pipe ceremony. What was I going to say? It just occurred to me recently, if you know, like, pagan rituals and Wiccan rituals and stuff, and the Great Rite, in a way, this is the Great Rite as well, the masculine and the feminine coming together as one. There's so many analogies and so many connections, and I love how everything connects. It's so cool. Anyway, so the red of I know the light's a little dim. I have the lights down so we kind of looked like we were outside at night with the campfire, but The red of the stone is like the red. Number one, it was the red of the skin of the Lakota people. And it was also, the red is like the blood of all people, all nations. Like I said, the pipe represents unity, and unity of all races. No matter what race you are, your blood is red, just like the stone. And so when we smoke the pipe, our breath is sacred. It's, your air is the first element you meet when you're born, and it's the last element you let go of when you die, your first breath and your last breath. And even in the Bible, it talks about how God breathed on the water, he breathed life. Breath is so important. And when you're, especially in the context of, you know, back in times when the pipe was brought to the people, you're sitting in a lodge, in a teepee or whatever, you're breathing the same air, you're smoking, and so it's like you're breathing, again, the unity. You're breathing the same air, you're breathing your truth, you're saying prayers and you're blowing the smoke out. It's like your truth, your expression, and it's affecting everybody else in the room. It's like another sign of how connected we are. And it was thought that you can't lie when you're smoking the pipe, and there's some thought that is why what happened to Custer, because he was at a treaty signing and he smoked the pipe, but he wasn't honorable. And so they say that that's part of why, not like in a punishment kind of way, but just kind of when you don't speak your truth, when you hold back, when you're not authentic, life is going to come back at you to either make you authentic or take you out of the picture. So anyway, so that's kind of a side of the point. But what the ceremony is actually going to look like, I'm going to light some sage first, and I'm going to smudge everything on my altar here. And then I'm going to say a prayer asking permission to smoke in this place at this time. And then I will put the pipe together, and then I will put 4 pinches of tobacco into the bowl. And that part I do out loud, so you'll hear the prayers that I say to the different spirits, etc., as I'm putting the tobacco into the pipe. Then my guides have given me a song to sing before each ceremony I facilitate. So I will sing that song then, just before lighting the pipe. Then I will light the pipe. And then I blow a breath blessing and offer the pipe to the 4 directions, to Father Sky, to Mother Earth, in a circle for all our relations, and then straight up for Creator. And then I will pause momentarily with the stem to my forehead and the bowl to my heart for a silent prayer. And then I will come back and relight the pipe, because it'll probably have gone out by then. And then I'm going to take a great big puff, and I'm going to blow it straight at my camera. And when I do that, that is a blessing coming from Spirit through the camera, through the magic of the holographic universe and the internet, through the device you're watching this on, into your heart. So at that point, think your biggest, bestest thoughts, say your biggest, bestest prayers, set your biggest, bestest intentions, because when we put the pipe together, it creates a channel straight to Creator. There's no filters, no obstacles, just boom, straight to the divine. And then I will continue blowing different breath blessings for intentions I have, for intentions others have asked me to pray for. I might sit with the pipe in my lap momentarily in quiet meditation and come back and blow some more breath blessings. And so the reason I started doing this back toward the beginning of the pandemic, as a way to give people a moment of time in the middle of their busy week to stop and to connect to spirit. And whatever way connects you to spirit, whatever you do, whether it's singing or praying or chanting or yoga or whatever, you are welcome to do that during this ceremony. That is the point of this ceremony. I'm here to hold space for you to be able to open your heart and to connect to spirit, to align with who you truly are and with God is God, all that is. So whatever it is that makes you connect, and even if you're not sure and you just want to sit in quiet, that is so powerful as well. Just to sit. Stillness is so powerful. So then once I am finished, once I feel that the energy is complete, I will say another prayer. I will sing a song, and then I will take the pipe apart. And that will be in the end of the pipe ceremony part. And then, but we're still in sacred space at that point. And so we're still technically in ceremony. And I will probably have things to say. Maybe not, I don't know. My guides usually have something to speak through me. But we'll see what happens. And then I will, at the very end, I will drum and release the spirits that are so graciously holding space for us right now. And that'll be that. So thank you again for joining me, and let's do ceremony, huh? May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. Oh. All right. Grandmother, grandfather, eagle, we send a voice. We ask permission to smoke in this place at this time. All our guides and guardians watch over us as we smoke. Creator, Earth Mother, Twaban, Shanadisi, Magikiwas, and Wabus, There is always room for you in my pipe. Creator, Earth Mother, for the two-legged, the four-legged, the winged, the crawlers and the swimmers, all our relations come smoke with us. Grandmother Moon, Grandmother Ocean, to the energy of birth, growth, maturity, the spirit realm and our ancestors, may all the passages of our lives be in harmony and grace. Creator, Earth Mother, to eagle, coyote, bear, white buffalo, Catwoman, bringer of the pipe and the law of good relations to the people. Okene bayama okene bayama okene bayama okene okene bayama okene bayama okene bayama okene okene bayama okene bayama okene bayama okene. Grandmother, Grandfather Eagle, we send a voice. We thank you for our lives. Thank you for our paths. Thank you for holding us in our light, in our wholeness, in our radiance, even when we can't see it or feel it ourselves. Thank you for always knowing who we are, holding us in that light and guiding us gently home. Aho. Ihi-la-ihi-o, 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 ihi, ihi, ihi-la-ihi-o, ihi-la-ihi-o. Ihi-la-ihi-o. Ihi. Naho. Oofta. Wow. Still, I've been doing this for 5 years now, something like that, and almost every day, and I still get blown away how powerful it is. And I come back and I'm like, I know that I usually say something, but I come back and it's just like, I don't know, it's like, I think I've mentioned this before, but there's this one famous speech that the Buddha gave, or technically didn't give. Someone asked him, what is enlightenment? And he reached over, picked a little flower, and held it up. And that was his speech. It's like, no matter what's going on, no matter what issues or stresses or fears are coming up, everything is okay. We are already whole. Like when I do healing from a shamanic point of view, the whole point is to see the wholeness in the person in front of you and to help bring that wholeness to the surface. It's not about getting in and chasing away the demons or transmuting the dark into the light. It's about seeing the wholeness that is already there. A while back, my guides told me I can't even get quotes of myself right. I can't even quote myself correctly, but it was basically always look for the divine in every moment. Look for the divine presence, because every moment is just as divine as every other moment. Even this, we, in the context of this ceremony, of course, we're in sacred space, we're connected to spirit. We can feel the divinity here, we can feel the sacredness, the holy. But when you're sitting at a restaurant eating or sipping a coffee or whatever, that is just as holy and sacred a moment as this is. The only difference is that alignment, that connection to spirit, that connection to creator, because you're always whole. It's kind of that thing about, even when it's a cloudy day, you know that the sun is on the other side of the clouds. That is the divine truth. That is your wholeness. Despite temporary clouds coming through your mind, that wholeness, that radiance of who you are is always shining. And it's just a matter of how connected, how aligned we are with it. And it's not, and that's part of the challenge of why we're here in physical bodies, right? Because there are so many distractions that pull us out of that alignment. And you know, we're taught that we're trying to like heave new stuff on top of us, learn new things, reach for the top of that mountain where it's the only sacred place, where that's where enlightenment is, when enlightenment is right here, right now. In any moment, in the blink of an eye, you are enlightened. You can go from believing you're the victim, believing you are unworthy, unholy, to realizing your wholeness, realizing your divinity, realizing your connection to all that is, to Creator. Everything is sacred. And if you're in a situation and you're having a hard time seeing the divine presence in any given situation, look in here. If you can't see it out there, be the divine presence that you want to find in the world. Be the light you want to see in the world, right? Yeah, and see, the thing about one of the purposes of ceremony, part of the purpose of doing this kind of thing is not to, we have it totally backwards. We think that our mundane, routine lives are real, and this is something to distract us from that reality, when it's totally the opposite. This is what's real. And our mundane lives are the distractions from this. We don't just, tune in, go to a sacred ceremony so we can start feeling better, so we can jump back into our lives. We do this to have these moments of clarity, these moments of connection, to carry us through our mundane lives till the next time we can find that connection. It's dolphin medicine. Dolphin, again, is about the breath. I was talking earlier about how important breath is. Dolphin is all about the breath. Dolphin is a mammal that lives in the ocean, right? And so he is a air breather. So he has this rhythmic, he has to rise to the surface, get a breath of air to carry, by taking that air in. That's what allows him to dive and to navigate through the watery world. We are spirits in a human world. Our true nature is spirit. And in some languages, air and spirit are the same word. And so be like dolphin. We have these ceremonies as a way to rise to spirit, to take a great big breath of spirit, take it into us, and it's that spirit that allows us to go about our routine, mundane lives and hopefully shift them out of the mundane, be present in the moment, allow our light to radiate and to help raise other people's consciousness and awareness. So we do these things not as an escape from our lives, but as a way to tune into and connect with what is real and what is true. And what I like to think of it as, I don't play a lot of video games, but one of the ones that I've always loved, that I still have a Nintendo Cube or whatever it's called, and I have Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time, and I love the metaphors. I mean, just in a video game, there are so many truths. of what life is really like. And at some point you get this stone, or I don't remember exactly what, it's been a while now, but you have this thing that you take it and you throw it on the ground, and it creates this sphere so that you can always return to that place no matter where you are out in the game. And so I always like to think of these moments as that. It's like, I'm going to throw that down and create this permanent sphere right here, so that whenever I'm going through my life and issues come up, or I freak out about something, or sad or emotional, I can always tune back into these moments for clarity, for connection. And so that is one of the big purposes of ceremony, is to bring us back to who we are, to bring us back to that connection to spirit and to who we really, really are. So, yeah, I love ceremony. Technically, life is ceremony. You get up in the morning, you brush your teeth, whatever, you're doing ceremony. So I recommend, like even just for like maybe 10 seconds, just call in white light. Set your space when you get up in the morning, and then at the end when you go to bed, again, connect to the spirits. And when you do that, you're putting your life within the bounds of ceremony. Then everything you do is sacred. And in ceremony, everything happens exactly the way it needs to happen, exactly how it is meant to happen. And when we start to live our lives in that way, even like catastrophes or whatever, it's like, okay, for some reason that was meant to happen. What is the gift? How do I shift from this? How do I pivot into spirit? Because, like I said, every moment is just as divine as any other moment. So, that is what I have to say tonight. I never know. It's always interesting. So, anyway, again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this spoke to you, that you were able to get to connect a little bit deeper, feel a little more quiet, a little more stillness, so that you can, feel and hear those nudges of spirit that come intuitively. And know that I am always here. You can check out my website at perchingwolfstudios.net and see what shamanic services I offer. I do healings and card readings and teachings. I mentor people one-on-one. I've got a number of classes that I'm getting set up to do this fall and winter. We're almost to winter right now. So my job is to support you in finding your way home. Not to impose my belief system or my way of doing things on you, because this is the way you're going to get there. It's to help you discover what your connection to spirit is and how best to find yourself within your own personal mythology, really. So, yeah. So thank you again for watching. Thank you for sharing this video. Feel free to share far and wide. I appreciate your presence here. And like I said too, if you're watching this a month, a year after the fact, your energy, where you are right here and now, is vital to this energy where I am right here, right now. Even though we may be distant in time, this moment is eternal. And when you watch this, whenever you watch this, your energy feeds into this timeless moment. And so you are just as vital as anyone who is watching this live. So thank you for that. And I think that is it. So we'll probably be inside for most of the coming days. It was a little too cold and wet out tonight, so I decided to come inside. But like I showed at the beginning, if you didn't come in right away, I've got my campfire going over there. And we're kind of outside. I've got the unicorn coming out of the woods. I've got the woods and the stream over there. I've got another wall with trees. I got the green man here. So this is like my own little shamanic woodland glade. I think of it as my little sliver of Sherwood. So thank you for joining me here, and come visit. You know, I am here Wednesdays, Fridays, and second and fourth Saturdays right here, available for readings and healings, soul retrievals, power animal retrievals, Reiki. So come see me. You can set up a session with me right on my website. And I would love to see you. I love showing off this room. I love this room. I am so in awe of what manifested. So, and I'm not done yet. I've got some other ideas for it still. Yeah, Jefflin, you like my elephant? I said at the beginning, I'm not going to talk about the elephant in the room, but I love him. It's actually one of my guides. I have a spirit guide that's an elephant, Bathsheba, and she helps to keep me grounded. So, and she doesn't talk a lot. Usually, if I'm like out in space someplace, she'll like appear in my mind, and she'll just go with her front feet, like ground. But I've always been connected to elephants. So from the time I was a kid, watching and reading Tarzan. So anyway, so thank you again for joining me. I hope that you will join me again next week. Invite your friends. You know, tag your friends in the comments or share this video far and wide. And if you're interested, on Monday nights, I do another live video right here, same time, 7 o'clock Pacific time, where I do card readings. I'll do a 1 card reading for the first 6 people that come in. And then I do a card for everybody, regardless of whether you have got a personal reading or not. So there's something for everybody. And that's a lot of fun too. If not, I hope to see you again next week, next Wednesday night, right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. And so I'm going to release our spirits that have been holding the sacred space for us. Spirits of the earth. Spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. Our work for now is done, but you are always welcome in our circles. Oh. All right, my friends, thank you again so much. I appreciate you. Until I see you again, know that I love you, that I see you, and that I honor you. So have a wonderful week. Take that light with you throughout your day and go shining. All right, I will see you soon. Bye.